Hi, I wanted to address Maria Montessori's belief that kids learn best by utilizing what they learn best by, as far as what their skills are, their sensibilities, their natural inclinations, that sort of thing. I don't think we do enough of that today in our education system, but I do know that we do at least some of it initially. Early childhood is full of this sort of thing, even if it's not a Montessori method or isn't using like the Montessori, specific tools and that sort of thing, that there is still this idea that kids learn a lot through individual play. They have centers, there's a lot of movement allowed, and the centers really focus on manipulatives. And so you walk into a pre-K classroom, you're going to see, different centers set up. You're going to see kids having a lot of freedom to choose where they want to go, and it might be a little more regulated than perhaps Montessori schools, and I have not seen one. But there's kids. Do you want to go play kitchen today, or do you want to do trains today, or do you, what kinds of things students want to do? And I do think teachers encourage certainly some branching out. I know in kindergarten, first, maybe even second grade, there's still more of this, but I think it's a little more regulated than perhaps it is in early childhood education. And then it just kind of trickles out, and there really isn't a focus on it anymore. So I'm a high school English teacher, college English teacher as well, and one of my best things is that I really try to show instead of tell. And so my college students, we use Mega Blocks to show structure and organization of essays. I learned from a workshop, we use Play-Doh to talk about revision and collaboration and why peer review, can be a helpful tool in the classroom. And so anytime at all that I can give them a hands-on activity, that's what I do. Because I do think appealing to as many modes of learning is better. And I don't care what age you are, you like to sit there and play with Play-Doh. And so it's one of the highlights of the course is this one day of Play-Doh, and my students forever reference it back in their reflections and journal entries and that sort of stuff. So I can see firsthand exactly how helpful letting some student freedoms and playing to how we learn best. I know I remember centers in kindergarten and even first grade still, and I had a really amazing second grade teacher, and I still remember even some of the individual activities that we did in her classroom. And I had great teachers after that, but we did not have a lot of hands-on experiences after that point. And I think it's sad, and I think students miss it. I know in high school where I teach, lots of students sign up for the hands-on classes. The foods classes regularly fill, and the industrial arts and our agriculture, and the ones where, they get to go do something versus sitting still. And that's one of the things I get a lot of feedback on is in my classroom. They're waiting to see what we might be doing that day. And while I certainly can't make everything that enjoyable, it's always at the forefront of my mind whenever I'm planning something is how can I give the most complete, appealing show instead of tell lesson possible. And when I watch Maria Montessori video and read through all the readings on her, I could see a lot of her discoveries coming through in there.